Good day, internet people.
Hello.
You started, but then thought not. Right, here's a Mega deck now. Just kidding, it's Battle Sisters. Because I have the Mega sleeve still. Because they're pretty.
False advertising.
I know, I'm such a liar. So okay, Oracles and some Battle Sisters and a bit of Legion and a bit of shenanigans. And by a bit, as you found out a bit earlier on when I was showing you the deck, actually quite a lot of shenanigans. He liked it. Here's the starter. It's Waffle. Typical Forerunner skill, and her main ability is Counterblast 1. Put this unit into your soul. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Search for up to 1 card with Battle Sister in its card name from among them. Call its rearguard. Shuffle your deck and give it plus 2,000 power until the end of turn. Doesn't really matter what you call it. It's always going to be good. Even if you oh no, I was going to say even if you called Psychic Bird, but of course that's not a Battle Sister, so it doesn't work. It was a misplay I made when I first used the deck after building it, as I actually superior called a Psychic Bird and gave it plus 2k and used it as a 6k booster for the turn. Shouldn't have done that.
And Phil didn't notice?
Phil didn't notice. It's Phil's fault. It's blame Phil. So yeah, don't do that. You do not superior call this card and give it plus 2k. You're not allowed to. But you can still love its skill.
I'm sorry, but if Psychic Bird was a Battle Sister, then it would be broken.
It probably would, actually. But they might also require a Battle Sister Psychic Bird. It's not food, is it? Anyway, Psychic Bird, we all know what it does. From the rearguard, put it into the soul, draw a card.
Battle Sister Chicken.
And as this is a Battle Sister deck, we need a Battle Sister trigger lineup. So there's Ginger. So just the 8 crits though, because Tiramisu and Jai. You can actually get away with not running the oldie recyclable Magus triggers, because of course there is Legion going on in this deck, so you can get them back anyway. Grade 1s, I am a silly person who got rid of all my, 3 copies of my Battle Sister Shugglers. Shut up. So I've got 1, but there's also 3 Tetra Maguses. Ideally though you'd have 4 Battle Sister Shugglers because of Battle Sisters. So Perf's going to perf because obviously you need them. Moving on, we have 4 copies of Battle Sister Omelette. When this unit attacks, if you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard and you do not have any cards in your soul, this unit gets plus 3k until the end of that battle. Now I do have ways to empty my soul, so you can use this as a attacker if required later on in the game, or even earlier. It depends on how quickly you can empty the soul. I've managed it in varying situations. Speaking of ways to get, hang on, we'll get to the stuff that empties the soul now. So we've got 2 copies of The One Who Gazes at the Truth.
What? That's not a Battle Sister.
Oh no, it's not a Battle Sister. It's a very, very good card though, and is, as you found out earlier, is a bit cheeky because of things I can do with it. When this unit attacks, if you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, you may pay the cost of Soul Blasting 1 to give this unit plus 3,000 power until the end of the battle. Now what I like to do is have this as a column, so then you go attack, Soul Blast, 16k, and then when you run out of soul, you go like this, because now this ability kicks in, and you go attack, 16k.
Numbers, numbers, numbers come at you all day.
This card is actually surprisingly useful. It's weird. I've got like a combination of a bit of a lot of Battle Sisters and a little bit of a soulless thing going on. Speaking of ways of further making the soulless, sweet lemonade. Soul Blast 2, when this unit is placed on the rearguard, if you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 2 cards from your damage zone and turn them face up. There's combos all over the place. There's combos with quite a few other things going on. But, it does very well with both main grade 3s.
To be seen later.
To be seen in a moment. The other one, which also has particular synergy with one of the grade 3s, is 2 copies of Battle Sister Candy. This is the self-damager, so you counterblast 1 when this unit is placed on the Vanguard or rearguard. You may pay the cost. If you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, put the top card of your deck into the damage zone, and at the end of that turn, choose a card from your damage zone and return it to your deck and shuffle your deck. So, yes, this is very useful. I wonder if when GBTO1 comes out, if that card will be changed for something else. It probably will, but we'll see. It's in the deck for now anyway, and it's very useful. Moving on to the grade 2s, 4 copies of Battle Sister Pudding.
Oh, now I wonder what other grade 3 is going to be in this deck. I wonder what.
I may have. This does kind of provide you with a hint as to what one of the grade 3s is, and to be fair, it was not exactly subtle. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, if this card is on the rear guard, if you have a Vanguard with Battle Sister in its card name, choose up to one card from your damage zone, turn it face up, choose one of your other units, and give it plus 3,000 power. It's a good pressure card. Certainly. I actually really like it. But no one ever lets it hit for some reason.
Oh, I wonder why.
Speaking of things that people don't like to let hit, Battle Sister Cocotte. There's 3 copies of her.
Where's the SP?
Yeah,
SP on top.
Let's show off the SPs because of reasons. If you go way back to the EB07 sneak peek, you'll actually see me pull it. That's how long I've had this card. Counterblast 1 card with Battle Sister on its card name, Vanguard or Rearguard this one. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, if you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top card of your deck, search for up to 1 card with Battle Sister in its card name. From among them, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck. As you've seen, the deck is mostly Battle Sisters. There are a couple of exceptions, but you'll be very unlucky if you don't get this ability to work. And again, people don't really want this to hit for some reason. I can't think why. Next card, 3 copies of the correct rarity of Battle Sister Macaron. Because there is no other rarity of it has to be shiny because it's a pretty shiny thing. Anyway, this is a 12k hitter for Battle Sisters, so enough said. We're making numbers. And we need to, because as you will have noticed, the grade 1 lineup is they're not big numbers in terms of boosting, but it's offset by what they can do for you overall, in terms of things like being able to draw cards and threaten to counterblast abilities and all that sort of thing. So it's a trade-off, but it's a worthy trade-off, I think. One other grade 2 to make note of, I just had to run a copy of it because it's my favourite Battle Sister, and it's Battle Sister Tart because I don't know what it is. I just love that card. In fact, if you're I don't know if you remember there, Mr. Ed, but before that card got released in English, I did actually bought in a playset in Japanese.
Yes, I do remember that.
That's how much I like Battle Sister Tart. So we've got some grade 3s then. And one has been already given away by the fact that this is a Legion deck. So here's Battle Sister Jelly. Or as they've spelled it in the French style, so they've called it Gelly. Anyway, there's of course Legions with Pudding. Its ability is Counterblast 3. When if this unit is in Legion, draw a card for each unit with Battle Sister in its card name in your middle column, and then choose a card from your hand and discard it. So it's basically Counterblast 3, draw 3, and then discard one from your hand. Very powerful, and
Lemonade, it's very expensive.
Although it's not advised, I'm going to make that known now. Although it's not advised, you can, if you have 4 Counterblast 3 of them, draw 3 cards, discard a card, and then go, oh, Lemonade. Soul Blast 2, unflip 2, and then you've got 3 Counterblast 3 again to do it again. But again, not advised because you kind of deck out a bit.
But then, hang on, but this is a Legion deck. Rewrite the Legion and put them back in.
You can rewrite the Legion if you want to delay the inevitable. But it's certainly a way of burning through.
That's all Legion is, isn't it?
It kind of is. Oh yes, and it gets plus 3k if you have another unit in the middle column. So if you perform Legion and you don't have a booster, you're still swinging for 23k. Which makes Cross Rides go, oh damn. Very good card. The final card of the deck is 4 copies of Battle Sister Parfait. Because I have to, there's some SPs, yay. I kind of had to because of Car5 Vanguard singles stock reasons. They only had 2 triple R's in stock, and therefore I needed to get 2 SPs because otherwise I wouldn't have a playset. So this card is Limit Break 4. During your turn, if the number of cards in your hand is 4 or more, this unit gets plus 3,000, and the auto ability of when this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, draw a card. And the other ability is an activated ability, which you can do at any time, which is Counterblast 2 cards with Battle Sister in its card name. If the number of cards in your hand is 3 or less, draw a card. Now, the ignoring the Legion part of the deck, the one who gazes at the truth Battle Sister Omelette trick that I showed off earlier was based on a video going way back of a game that took place between, I think it was a Nova Grappler deck and a Soulless deck. So it was a Coco, I can't remember what the other grade 3 was, but it doesn't matter, but Soulless deck. And he did that trick with, that player did that trick with the one who gazes at the truth and Omelette.
Soul Blast. Oh, no Soul Switch.
So you can basically, you can reride Coco, Cannabis to draw 2, I can't remember what the full skill is, it's been so long since I've seen that card. But then what you can do is you can use the one who gazes at the truth to empty the soul again. To make sure that, and so you're constantly making 16k columns. The thing with Parfait leads to the reason why she's in the deck. Because you can kind of throw your hand down. If you're on 3 damage, you can throw your hand down. There's the other one. Throw your hand down, force yourself to get onto Limit Break. Then, of course, you can use her skill to get your number of cards in your hand back up to the appropriate number to make her own Limit Break work. And then you just keep drawing cards for days because of results of effects caused by you self-damaging and so on. And of course it allows you to recycle your triggers, so it's very gross. Yeah, you draw lots of cards in this deck, as it turns out, so you do have to be careful not to deck out. So it's a case of knowing when to do the skills. Except for hers, because that's just draw a card if you hit anyway, if you're on 4 or more damage as it is. So yeah, as it's turned out from the early days of testing this deck, it's ridiculously good fun though. And there's going to be some more support for it, and a little bit more support for it in GBTO1.
Yeah, here's something that you could add if you just wanted to be a troll.
If I wanted to do mixed clan, yes, you could throw in a Bracky. It would be a lot better than, say, Promised Daughter, because that's discard a card from your hand for the same cost, for the same amount of power gain. So, and I did consider Promised Daughter, but of course, but the problem with both of those cards is that they're not Battle Sisters. You want to maintain the high number of Battle Sisters where possible. So yes, that is my totes trolling Battle Sisters of Awesome. I hope I haven't made you guys too hungry by going through all the names of things.
It's dinner time soon.
It is for us. So leave your thoughts and suggestions on how I can improve this deck in the comment section. I'll be very interested to see what you guys think. And until the next time, thank you for watching. Goodbye, Internet people.
Goodbye.